Hi, everybody. This is Bird at Pinpoint, and today I want to talk about a new feature coming to Pinpoint called Plan. And this is where teams can come in and collaborate and pre plan out their sprints utilizing all the knowledge that Pinpoint has to offer, as well as our machine learning and data science. To get to Plan, I'm just going to come over to our navigation bar and I'll select Plan underneath the team section. Now, this is going to take me to my team, but if I do need to change teams, I always have the capability to do that. And you can see that we have several plans in progress here, a lot of testing going on, but I'm going to go ahead and click on New Plan. And this is going to allow me to select my sprint. So I'll go ahead and select Gold Sprint 1 and also look at the date range. So if I need to make changes to that, I certainly could, but this date range looks just fine to me. So I'm going to go ahead and start planning. Now, what's great about our planning tool is it's going to bring in all the work that we've been looking at over, the backlog. It's going to bring in my team members. It's going to bring in things from a previous sprint that didn't get completed. So I have all of this all in one view. And, as I drag and drop different items, if I want to select something to bring in the sprint, you're going to see that our capacity bar up here starts to fill up. Now, the capacity is based on the historical capacity of the team. How much work can they typically complete in a 2 week cycle? You'll also see that as I brought this issue up, it was pre-assigned to Robin, so that affects his own personal capacity. So I can see that with these 3 days worth of work, he's associated at about 27% capacity for this particular sprint. Now, it's great that I can come in here. I'm going to go ahead and remove this from the sprint. And, I have all the items that I didn't finish. I have our groomed backlog here. And there's a lot of, thought process that goes into, okay, so what do we want to bring in this sprint and try to get that done? Well, Pinpoint knows the priorities of your issues. We understand the types of work that you accomplish and what you do. And as a result of that, we want to help you out by streamlining the amount of time you spend planning. So that's where AutoPack and AutoAssign come in. So by clicking one button, we're going to go through all of those particular issues that were in your previous sprint, that were in your backlog. We're going to look at their prioritization. We're going to understand, what's been, was recently removed or something along those lines. And we're going to make our best guess based on data science of what should be in this next sprint. So I can see there's a lot of tickets coming in here from high priority to lower priority tickets. I can see that some are real easy things that we can knock out less than a day. Others may take a little bit more time and focus. And then based on what our team works on, we're going to pre-assign those tasks and those issues to the appropriate team member. So if Pedro's consistently working on integrations around Azure Active Directory or Bitbucket or GitLab, those are things that he's going to be pre-assigned to. As we have folks that are working on our data science pipeline, they may be more targeted those types of issues. So we can pre-assign that work, and as a result of that, we can see where the utilization comes into play. At this point, Pedro's already almost at 80% capacity, which is great. You can see that when we auto pack that sprint, the entire capacity of what the team can get accomplished was also increased to about 99% capacity, which is great. Now, this doesn't mean that this is set in stone. You still have flexibility. If I want to look through this and say, hey, I see that this particular issue is currently not assigned, but it's, a couple of days worth of work. It's not something that we need to get done this sprint. I can always come back in and say, we definitely want to uplift this to the next sprint. And so that's going to come in here. I see that that's assigned to Matt Congrove, who's one of our designers already. And so Matt, who is associated with another team, isn't part of this sprint. But because it's something I know I want to bring in, I can always come over here, find Matt, and add him to the sprint as well. There he is. So when I do that, you'll see that our capacity actually increases as a team as well. Now, we talked about the utilization of each individual team member. What's also nice about this is, again, if I come over here and decide I want to add a few things to Pedro based on what I know he's worked on in the past, I'll just come over here and pre-assign. And you see that Pedro's now gone over utilization. So there's a visual indicator when you're getting close to utilization, 100%. But as soon as you go over that, we're going to make it very obvious that we think your team members are over capacity. So this is a great way for you to take all that work that you do around capacity planning and let Pinpoint take it off your shoulders. You still have the capability of optimizing this, and that's really what we want to focus on. Is if we can leverage what we know about your teams to bring in the issues that we think are best suited for that next sprint, to assign those to the people that work on those types of problems to begin with, then a 4 to 5 hour planning exercise really becomes a 45-minute optimization exercise. So again, getting huge efficiencies for your team. We're really excited about what we're introducing here with the Pinpoint Plan and look forward to your feedback as you start to play with this in our early access program.